I'm too sexy for my cosplay. I'm too sexy for my cosplay. On Cosplay Cafe. Yeah, I'm a cosplayer. You know what I mean. And I do my little turn on the con floor. Yeah, on the con floor. Oh, on the con floor. Yeah, I do my little turn on the con floor. And I'm too sexy for my cosplay. I'm too sexy for my cosplay. On Cosplay Cafe. And I'm too sexy for this song.
I've been a superhero for a long time. It used to be so simple. You catch the bad guys, do the right thing, save the world. Then I met Aiden, and things got complicated.
Pirates recruited me as a kid and turned me into their own personal weapon. I couldn't see any way out until I met Marty. But now we're going to burn their entire organization down if we can.
Forces of Nature, books 1 and 2, Scorcher and Thin Ice are available now wherever books are sold online. See www.kellygentner.com.
Pokeballs by Crayley is your one-stop shop for handmade magical creations that celebrate all the Pokemon universe has to offer. Available on Craylevanest.com, that's CraylevanEst.com, and possibly coming to a con near you.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Andrea, one of your baristas, and tonight we are going to be serving up a hot, steaming cup of cosplay volunteer work. So we're going to be doing a little good tonight. First, I'm going to bring in our newest barista, who is going to be joining us from now on. Welcome, Aubrey. Oh, she's serving up the whole cup there. I think you're muted, Aubrey. I see the mute.
So
there you go.
Silent kitty tonight, apparently. Hello, everyone.
I mean, kitties are pretty silent, so that works.
Right? Exactly. So everybody join me for a cup on my first night with Cosplay Cafe. I'm so excited.
Welcome. I am not having a steaming cup of anything because it is still hot.
Oh, this is cold. This is cold.
Yes. Yes. You're like me. You're down here in the heat, so it's usually got some ice in that tea.
It does. It does.
Well, I'm so glad you are joining us going forward and being our newest barista. So this is going to be a lot of fun.
I am so excited. I was unfortunately sick last time and missed it, but I was in the comment section and I'm looking forward to joining the team.
I'm so excited. So we are going to welcome our guest tonight. She is a cosplay volunteer like so many of us, does beautiful costuming. Her makeup is amazing. Julie just needs to know right now what I do is inflate everyone's ego the whole time they are here, and she is going to be complimented like crazy. So welcome, Julie.
Hi.
I tell everybody, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get a whole lot of just ego inflating.
Well, you know what? We can always use some of that, right?
Right. Yes. I mean, our whole point is spreading the cosplay positivity, so that's what we do.
Absolutely.
We already have a comment from GD. Okay, I'm not shorting anything for people that can't see the comment. That's literally their name, GD. It says evening all.
Good evening.
Hello.
I just read the name and I'm like, somebody's gonna think that I'm just trying not to cuss on screen.
Julie, I have to say, I love your headdress.
Thank you.
It is gorgeous. Can we at some point get to her describing that to us?
Oh, I am sure. And
absolutely.
Here's a comment from somebody I'm sure Julie knows, Mr. Mark Desjardins. Bonjour from Fort Wayne. Do us proud, Medusa.
Yay!
Oh my goodness. Hi, Mark.
Okay. This explains the comment. That's our friend Garrett Dunwolf. He said, "That's me. YouTube decided to abbreviate me."
Thank you.
for clearing that up. I'm just like, woo, that's how we're starting this night.
Woo.
Oh, I think you have a few friends and fans in the comments. Julie, you have Angel saying hi, and Elliot Mitchell says Medusa is thebomb.com.
Oh yeah.
I love when our guests come on and their friends come into the comments and support them. That makes me so happy.
Right.
And then Ashley says, "I know that cosplayer. Love you so very much, Julie Kristen."
Aw, thank you.
Oh, and Mark says, "You messed this up and I will drive to your house and hijack the show."
I dare you.
Oh my gosh. Double
We
dog.
actually we met Julie through Mark. So
Yes.
I do want to thank Mark for introducing us. Mark has become a very, very good friend of the show, and he loves to mess with us, but also loves to support us. We adore
Yes. And that's all I have to say to Mark. I'm going to go old school here, and I'm going to really hit that nerve. I triple dog dare you.
Uh-oh. Well, Elliot says, "Not if I do it first, Mark." I think your friends are making sure that this is going to be an eventful night.
Always.
I love the crashers. I love it.
We're 7 minutes into the show and we're already just dying laughing over here because they are messing with their buddy and we love it. Okay, so now we'll get to more comments soon. Mark did say game on though. So now that comments are a little caught up, Julie, tell us how you got started in cosplay.
A love for Halloween, and as a young child, I kept pushing for Halloween to be all year, and it never happened.
Aww.
And then I grew up, and I got my own money, and it became Halloween all year.
Yes.
The grown-up money.
Yeah, it took a little while, but I met my husband, and we realized just how nerdy we were together. And he surprised me one year with tickets to a smaller con that comes up here through like the tri-state area called Fantasticon. And he surprised me with tickets. And we were like, we have to make something for it. So my first venture into it was I was Demon Dean from Supernatural. And I've been hooked since. And they just keep getting bigger and bigger.
I love the stories of people's first cosplays. Like, they're not the thing you see when look, you do not, I would not expect you to say that with what you're wearing and the costumes I've seen. I would not expect you to say that. So I love when it's like that. You're like, wait, what?
It's the we all have to start somewhere, like Kelly's story is that she was at a con and she wanted to do a costume. So she ran to like the store and found a black one-piece swimsuit and a Hannah Montana wig. And she was Black Canary the next day,
That's fantastic.
We love, and did you see the progression? We'll see your photos and see all these gorgeous costumes and the beautiful makeup that you do.
Oh, thank you so much.
And Ashley did say she will fight both of them for you. Do not mess this up for Julie. But Elliot did say he's cheering you on. So go, Julie. Misty Pierce, my sister, said these costumes are awesome.
Thank you.
From Tabitha Gidcombe found you. Hello, Aubrey et al. Guys, I love it. We love active comments. We love knowing that people are engaging with us and watching. It makes it even more fun for us and for our guests, especially seeing new faces. Okay, well, I can't see I can't see their faces. I can see their icons over here in my little chat happening. But we love the support. We love seeing friends show up and be here for everybody. That's another really important part of cosplay people forget about, is that support group that you need.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like we were talking earlier, and the group that I run, we have our dedicated handlers. We couldn't do it without them, and they are our biggest cheerleaders. We couldn't do it. We could not do what we do without our family around us.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Con cosplay family, like,
yes,
you have to have them. I mean, I see a lot of people that do go to cons alone and they cosplay alone, but I'm like, maybe it's because I have anxiety in big social situations, but I need at least one other person there with me.
Yeah. It's definitely a group thing for me as well. I feed off of the energy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And maybe I grew up in a big family. I'm like the middle of 5 kids, and like you said, we wanted Halloween to be every day, and we did that because Halloween was our dad's birthday. So Halloween was big for us. So we went trick-or-treating, in the big kid group. Dad took us all out while Mom handed out the candy. And I got so used. I don't know how to do things alone because I've always there was no alone time.
Yeah. I totally understand that. I have one sister, and then I have several step siblings, and so I get we got to haul everybody. Like, we can pack a suitcase like no other.
Yes.
and getting all of our costumes and wigs and the wig heads and the makeup bags into a small car. If you need help, I'm right there.
Yeah.
We will Tetris that to no end.
Right?
Cosplayers are Tetris and Jenga masters.
Yes.
So I have some questions. Julie, when did you start cosplaying on this scale?
It's been about 7 years now.
Okay. So I love that.
Yeah.
I love that, because I don't feel as bad now, because I am the same. I am like way behind the gun with this. Like, I am like,
yeah.
you're never too old or too young to start. And I love seeing people that didn't start until they were like adults really getting into it, because I see a lot of these people that are in their, late teens, early 20s. I was 19 when I started, and but I see people that are like, oh, I didn't start cosplaying until I was in my 30s or 40s. And I'm like, I love that for you.
I was in my 40s.
And that's amazing. I love it, because it's just proof. We did an episode just about 2 or 3 episodes back about being 30 plus as a cosplayer, because everybody seems to think that once you hit like 29, that's the end. Like,
right.
There's no expiration date.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Absolutely. I get asked regularly, don't you feel like you're too old for this? Or, don't you think it's time to grow up? And my response to this is, I don't know. I don't know how a 50-year-old is supposed to behave. I've never been 50 before.
No. You're behaving like a 50-year-old to you.
Do what I like. And so I'm going to cosplay who I want to cosplay. I'm going to dress up as often as I see as necessary, and I will continue to do this until my body gives out.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's kind of like the well-behaved women rarely make history. We behave how we know to behave, and it's really. And we have Kaylee Ann said yes to us older cosplayers. Kaylee is a good friend of mine who just turned 50 this year. So, she's rocking the 50 plus cosplayer. Mark said, I was out the door. Be glad Ashley threatened to hit me with my cricket bat. Seriously, have a great show. And Matt said, I'll meet you at the door. I'm in handler mode at the moment.
They're such troublemakers.
I love it, though.
But they're having fun too. It's so much
yes,
fun.
They are.
And
I love
Matt,
it when we can get together outside of the charity aspect of it and not have to be prim and proper in our costumes. We can just let loose and be crazy. I love that.
Matt says, no, you won't. You'll do this till you're 95. I'll build you mobility devices.
Yes.
And I love it. I love Tabitha says, adults who don't play get old and stove up too quick. I don't know that I will ever get too old.
Here, not getting too old.
I was telling Julie before we started, my mom she handles as a handler for our volunteer group sometimes, but she has cosplayed with us. She wore her very first real cosplay at just before her 72nd birthday. So, my mom's 75 now, and I think it was right before her 71st birthday. So, but she was in her 70s when she wore her first costume. You were never too old, and she had so much fun. Entertaining kids and being a fairy godmother, and
that's fabulous.
It's perspective. It's all about how you feel and the people, like we said, around you. You have to have the people that are going to continue to encourage you, not the ones that are like, you're too old for that. I'm like, well, I'm the Peter Pan generation. We're never going to grow up.
That's what I keep saying. I'm like, I keep telling people, you're talking to the wrong person. I'm a Gen Xer. I didn't listen then, and I don't listen now.
I'm a millennial, but I'm like right at the cusp of Gen X. I was 83. My brother is a Gen X. I'm a millennial. So, if you were raised in the 80s, you just haven't grown up yet.
Nope.
But in a good way. Like mad genius,
We're not immature people that are still expecting mom to cut the crust off of our bread and take care of us, and we live in the house and don't have a job or anything. We're not that kind of immature.
No, just most of us are the weird neighbor.
Yes, I'm very much the weird neighbor.
I'm okay with that title. I want to be the neighborhood witch that all the kids come to because I got the good candy.
That's right.
Or the cookies.
I remember.
Half my stuff is in the yard right now.
When I first started getting stuff. Sorry, you're breaking up.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, there you are.
I do love this comment from my sister. She said the young kids are jealous of the older cosplayers because their costumes are so awesome. The young kids are not as creative or resourceful. Ooh. A lot of them, they're getting better, but a lot of them just want it right there. Fast fashion.
Yeah.
And it falls apart. And so you have to make it. And as someone who has both sides, like, myself, I started very late in life. I didn't want to put a lot of money in. I tried the fast fashion costumes and they did fall apart and I got discouraged by it. So what I tell people is, okay, you can have a few pieces like that to start out with because it's expensive, but please don't be afraid to glue and burn your fingers, to sew and stab your fingers, to use a heat gun and again burn your fingers yourself. But don't give up. It's a good fight.
It's kind of become our household joke. I will put out something like on Facebook. Hey, getting ready to start building this new cosplay. Hit me up next week if you want to rob a bank. I'll have no fingerprints then.
Really? But when you really look at it, if you buy the fast fashion cosplay, which I have nothing against it because if that's what you want to do, that is still cosplay. But if you want it to last, you're more than likely going to have to buy it again. So you're basically still spending the same amount of money, but you're doing it multiple times in a smaller increments instead of, putting in for the quality the first time.
Oh, can I give a revolutionary thing? We're in the spooky season now because we're ending summer. So we're in Summerween. I'm glad that's a thing now. Yay. I wish that was a thing when I was a kid because my birthday would have rocked. But as a summer baby, that like fall was like, oh, and the summer was like, so I was looking forward to it. But and you were talking about fast fashion. The same thing goes for costume as well as decorations. When you buy the cheaper decorations, you could use them for maybe a year or two and they fall apart. Even the cheaper decorations when we were kids were do you remember those plastic pumpkins you put in the window?
Oh God, yes.
They were like flat and they had one light bulb in the back. And the face was really cheerful. I still have one of those.
Yes.
I still have one.
Oh my goodness.
From my family when they purchased it at like Kmart or something. Okay. And I still have it. His face is very faded. I put him out every year. I don't know how this plastic has not turned to dust already. But the cheap pumpkin they bought that less than $20 is still standing. It's still good. And so what I'm saying is it's quality versus quantity, whether it's costume or decoration. Some of the pieces that I have, they seem like, maybe nothing, but they're good quality. Mm-hmm. I just got it a good deal. People that are younger and older that are thinking about cosplaying or never have or very much. I have so many costumes now. It is a problem. But at the same time, one of my favorite things to do is dress up my friends. So like I'll go to con or I'll have a party and my friend's like, do you have a blah? And I'm like, probably. Give me like a day to go through my storage and I'll probably come back with 3 of them for you to try on. And that's what happened. But you don't have to do it right away. It doesn't have to be hundreds of dollars. You can get crafty. You can use things as bases. You can add things to it. Julie, I don't know. I really want to talk about that headpiece. But did you make that headpiece? See, I got around to it again.
And I did make this headpiece.
Okay, so talking about crafters and talking about that headpiece, if you bought that, I'm not going to name names, but I do follow some people who make them on Instagram, and we're talking zeros, So, if you know, and so my budget, don't know, because I won't do it. I'll make it first, So How long, can you tell us how long that took you to make and how much money? I know that's usually a tender spot, but putting you on the subject because it's gorgeous.
How long did it take me? Well, on and off, because I keep adding to it. So probably I've got about a year worth of taking apart and redoing it into the headpiece. It hasn't, amazingly enough, it hasn't cost me a whole lot because a lot of the stuff is just party goods from like the dollar store.
Awesome.
I got like the big snake piece I got from Spirit Halloween on clearance right after Halloween. And then I painted it and did a whole bunch of crafty stuff to it. And then I bought fake rubber snakes off of Amazon for like $5.
Oh my gosh, Spirit Halloween Cosplay Cafe would love you as a sponsor. I just went there. We all here spend too much money there.
I mean, and then the vast majority, the bulk of it is I just cut out strips of craft foam.
Can we show her? And Andrea, can we get a close up of Julie so we can see that beautiful piece that she made?
Let me give her the full
screen. Let her. Yeah, that's what I was. Oh, there we look at. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. Okay, so it looks like you have gems on the corners. I love that. Do. And is that a tiki skull guy in the middle?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. And you added a gem to him too to tie in the coloring.
Oh yes.
Okay, now those metallic pieces coming down are the green. Are those painted or are they different?
They're different. It's actually just party ribbon.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, it's that little 2B ribbon.
That's the stuff they use in the rave headpieces. I love that addition. And you can't even tell. It looks gorgeous. It pops out. It really does look. You have extra snakes. It really does.
As you say, you can't just go to a store and buy something like that. That is the putting your time and effort into making something for you.
Yes. Yep. And then I just disassembled an old wig and used that wig cap to hold it all together.
We love it.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Yep. going back to like some of our comments, like Elliot said, cosplay isn't always fast. Years of work for some costumes. Angel, she is a good friend. She thrift stores, baby, thrift stores. This woman can thrift a costume like nobody's business.
I love doing that.
Then Matt's cosplay tip: literally anything can make it into your cosplay design. I get yelled at for pack ratting crazy things. That's literally what our last episode was about: cosplay from trash. Like literally taking things that nobody would use. Also, Kaylee said, "Did she say Kmart?"
Back in the day.
Oh man. But also Tabitha said cheap stuff was better quality in the Wayback Machine. Right. Because
sometimes
some of those things that are, meant to last.
They really were.
Yes.
And that's why I'm like, price doesn't necessarily mean value, but it can, depending on the craftsman,
Depending. Yeah. But so now that we've fangirled completely over this gorgeous headpiece, how did you get into doing cosplay, charity, and volunteer work?
That started. So my husband and I, we have our first son is autistic, and we became really, really involved in the autistic community, and did a lot of like the autism walk, things like that. And so one year I thought, oh my gosh, wouldn't it be cool to have like a group of cosplayers do the walk? We could probably raise a lot of money for the autism group here in town. And I had a whole bunch of people that had signed up to do it, and then like the day before, everybody backed out. They didn't want to dress up. And I happened to have a friend who then was in connection with the group that I run now, and she gave me their info, and she says, I'm sure they'll let you join. And so I messaged them, and they're like, oh yeah, absolutely. Meet us over by the volunteer sign up. And we've been running ever since.
I love it.
Awesome.
We talked off air, and I've said this with many of our guests that are cosplay volunteers. And in my years of talking to people about it, it's so cliche, but it's literally the best thing I've done as a cosplayer is to be a volunteer. Like, all the conventions, all the cosplay contests, trophies, all the, I do guest spots at cons. They're nothing compared to going into those hospitals and schools and seeing a little kid light up because their favorite princess or superhero has walked in the door. It's emotional. It really, I've been brought to tears more than once.
Oh yeah. They're really,
well,
really cute.
I wasn't going to try and make anybody cry, but I usually do with this story. We went to an autism walk. We got invited. We got invited to do the autism walk down in Indianapolis, which is a couple of hours south of us. So we got up super early so that we could be there on time. And we were walking through the informational fair portion of the festival. And this little girl, she couldn't have been 4, and just clung to me. And I was dressed as Sleeping Beauty that day. And she wouldn't let go. And now I did a couple of stints at Disneyland in California. And so I know some of their rules. And one that's very important to me as a cosplayer,
here's her
don't break the hug first. Yes, that's her.
Oh my gosh, so cute.
That's her.
I was hoping that was her because I knew we had this picture.
Yes, that is her. And we sat there for probably, I want to say, a good 10 minutes or so. And her mom came up to me shortly after that hug, and she says she loves Sleeping Beauty. She's nonverbal. She doesn't talk, but that's all she'll color. We have to buy all of the coloring books multiple times because she only colors the Sleeping Beauty pictures.
And oh my gosh, that's so cute.
That was a year or two before COVID hit.
Yeah.
And so then COVID hit, and she reached out to me and asked if I wouldn't mind dressing up again to do like a happy birthday Zoom meeting with her. So I got on, and I'm dressed up as Snow White that day, and she came on and she was talking. She got to meet her favorite princess, and that was enough to push her over the edge. That was enough for her to break through that boundary, and she was able. She started talking.
Oh my
And
God!
my heart just went, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? That's amazing. So 2 years later, she was a 6-year-old that talked your ear off.
That is so amazing. Like,
you guys have to have another picture together.
I would love to. If we ever get down to that area again, I would love to meet up with them again.
Yeah, I agree with what Matt just said. Seeing a child cry in happiness at the sight of their hero is worth more than any amount of money. And it really is.
Oh, it really is.
You know, like,
it just makes my heart sing.
One of my favorite moments volunteering was the first time I wore my Captain Marvel suit to Le Bonheur Children's Hospital here. And it was not long after the Captain Marvel movie had come out. Now, I have the comic book costume, but the year before I was the Jane Foster Thor. You know, kids were excited to hold Mjolnir, but they didn't really know who Jane was. And that next year, like, the kids that usually stop at Spider-Man and Captain America and Iron Man and Batman, all these girls ran past because they had a woman hero to go to. And I'm over there in the lobby of this hospital where they have the event, trying not to cry because I was the little girl's hero. I'm like, that meant more than anything. I'm like, you know, they got to see this strong woman character, and now these girls had somebody to look up to, and then they got to meet her.
And I agree with you. It's actually really, really touching. This is actually an interesting story. It's not as heartwarming, and those are beautiful stories, but it's about a friend of mine I took to Johnny's magic show that he actually had. Our you know,
network
production
head.
Yeah, our network head, Johnny Beyond. He was having free seats for his magic show for the in-service people and their families, which is a beautiful thing to do. I come from a military family, you know, we're partial military, and so anything that can help out with that, you know, especially the kids, they miss their parents, you know, and they miss their family. So giving them something like that is really special, you know. So it was great to do that for free. And we were standing outside, me and my friend, because we didn't want to interrupt the end of Johnny, you know, saying goodbye and saying hello to all of his fans as they were walking out. So we stepped outside, and this older lady came around the corner with this young lady, and she was on the spectrum. And she said, oh, she started getting really loud. And both me and my friend turned around behind us, like, we're dressed as princesses because it was my friend's birthday and she never gets to get out of the house. And I wanted to dress her up. So I'm going to make sure I'm going to use my crowns and my dresses, and I'm going to make you feel special. And you're going to go to a magic show, and we're going to be like little girls dressing up as like princesses for this magic show. And we step outside and we're dressed as princesses. Right. And this little girl is like, hey. And we're like, what?
Oh no! Did we lose Aubrey? Did she freeze?
I think so.
The story was too exciting. It
So the first time my friend gets to cosplay ever, and it's on her birthday celebration, and a little girl comes up to her and is like, "You're a pretty princess," and she's like, "Oh my God, yes I am," and it was her first time and her birthday, and this little girl and her had this beautiful moment. And I was like, I didn't care. I was like, can I take a picture? Like, this is so cute, you know? Just a random encounter with two princesses on the sidewalk for no reason. This girl wasn't even at the magic show, but she was beside herself with her grandma to have a picture with these two princesses. So we stood and we went on either side of her, and she said, "Thank you, you're so pretty." And she curtsied to my friend. And I was like,
that's so sweet.
This is why, you know.
I'm telling you, nobody will boost your confidence like a child telling you how pretty you are in your costume.
Yeah.
Or cool.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Or cool.
I mean, whenever I'm in like a princess costume, I even as a superhero, I've been told, like I was dressed as Captain Carter, and this kid at a school that I did a motivational talk at, she was like, I just want to tell you, you are beautiful. And I'm just like, I have a lot of body dysmorphia.
Well, right?
It's a lot. I realize we are past our halfway point already, because we're having a great time. I think we kind of showed off, we showed off all of Julie's beautiful headdress. Aubrey, did you want to show off your costume, or can you get up and show?
I can.
I'm not Kelly. I don't do the I'm too sexy song very much, but y'all got that at the intro.
So this is actually a cosplay piece that I bought. I found this, and it's a complete sheer piece. But this is my kitty made cafe outfit.
We love.
Okay,
so
kitties.
That's darling. I love it.
Yeah, and this is something that I would wear to like a little girl's tea party,
Definitely.
with more sleeve, because it would be less hot. I'd have my little coat let on, and I've got little boots and stuff. But recently I did a little horned creature, like a puck, for a local theater called Watershed Theater in my area. They're all actors. They're unpaid. It's all public theater. So, they understand reusing and remaking costumes and props until they fall apart, because you got to transform this into this now for a whole new show.
Mm-hmm.
So they were doing Shakespeare in the Park in 98-degree weather. And I dressed up as a puck with a fluffy skirt and some horns, because I wanted to not be part of the show, but to let the kids know it's a fun thing before it starts. Because there's all these older people, and they're like, this looks like it's gonna be boring. And I'm like, hey, I'm a nutty little puck, and I'm gonna paint your face before the show. And they're like, oh, what's happening? Bringing that energy, I feel like, is part of cosplaying in charity with kids. I wasn't getting paid my flat fee for that. I was doing it because I wanted to help bring kids in and families in to this. So they're like, we can't give you money. And I'm like, I understand. And they're like,
weren't asking.
Yeah, no, they said you can take tips, and they did give me $20 a day. It doesn't scratch my flat fee, but that's okay, because it was a kindness, and they were trying to earn money for their own bottom line for their public theater. So I'm like, I am grateful for the 20. I wasn't even going to ask for the $20, but thank you very much. I appreciate that.
That's the gas to and from.
Right. Oh, right. Exactly. So, but that's the point, is that, and there were some kids there, that they're like, oh, can I get my face painted? They wanted to be part of it. And so I'm like, I will make you the puckiest, fairiest, whatever you want to be, to help get you into it. And it got them into the story. It made them feel part of it. Like, oh, I feel like a fairy now. There was a little boy who wanted a big old like fairy like thing on his face. And I'm like, you look like the naughtiest little sprite that's gonna go cause some mischief. Go have some fun and sit down and watch the show. And he just bounced away. And so, to me, charity events, they can be big, they can be really small. I would love to join charity events in my area and dress up as characters, because I have way more costumes than I used to. I volunteer every year. The one charity thing I do that I would never ask money for is I walk in the local parade for Christmas with our local pride organization, which it's huge for our town to have. So when we finally got one, we had a Mrs. Claus, and she was gorgeous drag, the most gorgeous, Mrs. Claus I've ever seen. I was like, oh, and we're her little elves, and we're just bouncing around. It's raining out. I slip and literally land face first into the vehicle that's carrying our float, but I still managed to keep going. And the kids are so excited because there's these people in costume that are bringing that energy, And so I feel like, as a cosplayer, it doesn't matter if you're making money as much as you're bringing joy when you're doing it. Like my favorite part about dressing in costume is connecting that joy to other people and sharing that.
Yeah, children, adults, anybody. During COVID, there was it's still a group, but it's not really functional anymore, is Operation Birthday Rescue. And it was a Facebook group that brought cosplayers together to do birthday messages for kids that weren't going to get parties, or if there was a sick child. I joined it because, you know, I was going through a lot mentally. You know, everybody 2020 beat down hard. But that was the year my house burned down and my dad passed away. So, you know, I was doubly beat up that year. And my dad, he never quite understood why his grown daughter was dressing as a princess or a superhero, but he loved my costumes. He always, whenever he would ask if I had made it, and I would be like, yes, sir, I made this. And he's like, you look beautiful. You know, he always supported it. He didn't get it. It was confusing to him. But so in that spirit, you know, I was like, I'm going to keep doing this even more for my dad. And so it got me through. It literally was my therapy when my dad passed away. So, you know, it was for these children, but it was also for me. And that's what people don't understand is that, yes, our main focus with the charity work is the children or the adults, because I know, Julie, y'all do Night to Shine. And, you know, Night to Shine prom is for anyone special needs, basically 14 and up. There are people there that are the attendees that are older than I am, having a great time. So it's about them more than anything. But I don't think people on the outside realize what it does for us as well. Like the mental state it can help put us in, the therapy that stuff does. I realized we got to get through some pictures though, because we have beautiful pictures of Julie to talk about and submissions from our viewers. So you can just, when I bring them up, Julie, you can just talk about them as they come up on the screen. Let me see if I can.
Oh, so cute.
Oh, that's my Constance Hatchaway. She's the beating heart bride from the Haunted Mansion.
Yes, beautiful. Is that a retro dress?
That's a real wedding dress. My girlfriend gave me her old dress and I repurposed it. I took all the lace off, all the beading off. I took all the yellowing out of it, cleaned it all up, put brand new lace, did all the beadwork back on it, and then made it undead.
Gorgeous. I love using.
Who doesn't want to be constant? Like, come on. I mean,
so she lights up. I have a beating heart that beats red, and then the skirt is underlit with purple.
Oh, why don't we have a picture of that? I would. Oh my god, that sounds amazing.
Do we have full body video of this dress that we can share somewhere?
Somewhere, I have to dig it out.
Or the next time you wear this gorgeous piece, just send us a. We'll show you off anytime.
Right? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. So beautiful.
That is just an original character that I made. She's a tree elf. I named her Arete. And she was just kind of thrown together during COVID.
that seems to be the COVID rule. I just did this thing for fun to keep me from spiraling out of control.
You know, my kids were home from school. We were all going a little stir crazy, so we all downloaded TikTok, and I thought, you know, I'm in the house bored. I'm bored in the house. And that's how Arete was born.
Your makeup, ma'am.
Oh, I love it.
This was for the our park here in New Haven celebrated its 100th birthday. And so they had a Roaring 20s party picnic. So we all dressed up as Roaring 20s.
Beautiful. Without having to like shave your eyebrows off and have the little tiny 1920s eyebrows.
Exactly.
You're like, you went for authentic, but not completely accurate.
Yeah, there's some glue stick and a lot of layers of concealer in there.
You went the drag queen, get rid of the eyebrows.
Yep. I'm committed, but not that committed.
I do like having eyebrows when I'm not in cosplay.
I like not having to draw them on if I want to leave the house.
Yeah.
And that's my Scarlet Witch. We were doing the Garden of Villains that we talked about earlier, up in Elkhart. And that was the year that WandaVision was out. So I took my Wanda and I darkened her up a little.
Love it.
I love Dark Wanda. I've loved Dark Wanda since the comics when she was just kind of. Okay, this next one is a dream cosplay of mine, so I'm kind of jealous.
Oh my God, Megara! Is that Megara?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Yes.
she is my favorite to sing. You know what? I had that song, her song, on repeat. I don't know how many years. Can we not say those? Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, like one of our friends that I am going to be sharing, he's planning a Hades, and I'm like, so this is finally time to bring Megara to life.
Yes.
She's so sassy.
Yes, you do the Dark Wanda, or I'm going to do the Dark Wanda. You do Megara. We'll come back to this. I'm in.
I keep telling Mark that I'm going to get up y'all's way someday, so maybe I'll get to meet all of you.
Yeah, I will say that wig, it's 2 pieces.
Yeah,
so it's the headpiece and then the ponytail, and the wig is probably about 22 pounds.
I can imagine.
She is so heavy.
To get that
she is
ponytail,
so heavy. Yeah,
that's it makes me think of Natalie Portman talking about being in the Phantom Menace as Queen Amidala. She goes, I had to learn how to stand differently to hold my head up with those headdresses. And I feel that cosplayers are learning that.
How to make the back of my neck super rigid so that I didn't get a headache.
Yes.
Love it. Oh my gosh. Love it so much. I have to tell you that I would love to cosplay with you sometime because I have a costume from that show that I did. The Gambler from Danganronpa. Yes. Yes, and I have a set of cards that I splay out that are black that I bought just for her. So I would love to do that. I will pretend to kill you because she's one of the murderers. So much fun to play a villain.
Yes, they are. They are so much fun to play. I love this time of year because I don't have to be the princess. And I think that's why I was drawn to Megara. And I do a Merida as well. And they're sassy and
Merida's so much fun.
They don't follow the princess rules. Yeah.
Merida was my very first for a birthday. And I still have her and I love her and I keep updating her belt and her boots because I didn't like the ones they did. But I love doing her. I do the tiny little, I take straws and I put my hair in tiny little straws to do her crazy hair.
Oh my God.
In order to get it really big.
I do love my Merida wig because the more messed up it gets, the more accurate she is.
Yes, I love not having to upkeep that wig.
I know so many people that do Merida because you get to be a princess, but you also get to be the rough and tumble tomboy.
Oh yeah. And I want a bear. I want a mini bear with my costume. I have been looking for one that looks grizzly enough, so I can be like, "Arr, arr."
Yeah. But of course, we've seen this lovely piece here. And then I have one more view. This one I had to save for last.
Oh my gosh. That is I did a mashup. There's Elsa, but my husband and I also play World of Warcraft. And one of my favorite villains in that storyline is Arthas, the Lich King. And so it just made sense to me. They're both ice mages. They both have ice magic. They're both,
that is so cool.
So
I made mashups. I used to not be a fan of mashups, but now I love them.
I made Elsa the Lich Queen.
I feel like Elsa would be like, I'm the king, okay? Deal with it. That attitude. I love it. No, this one was just the photo, the look, everything. I was like, this is the last of yours that we're showing. I want to save this one for last.
That's one of my favorites.
So is there Warbler or foam involved in this?
That's a lot of EVA foam, like the mats that you use for like cashiers to stand on.
Yep.
That's what that is. And then that's the first rendition. I did another one where we had the spikes 3D printed, but those spikes were made out of just computer paper and masking tape.
Whoa, nice.
We love a crafty queen. Okay.
And then the rivets, this is my favorite part of my Elsa, those rivets. I get so many compliments on the rivets because, oh my gosh, they're so cool. I painted googly eyes.
Yeah, I love cosplayers to make rivets and screws using googly eyes.
Oh, you know what?
So she does rattle when I walk.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
I feel like that's just like alerting to your presence. Just kind of.
Yes.
Right, a warning.
I love it. This is amazing. I can't wait to post these on our social medias for everybody to get good close looks at. So if you couldn't zoom in really well on your screen, just wait. They'll be posted so you can see them. So let's go through our viewer submissions real quick because we only got about 10 minutes. This is my friend Angel. She is in Cosplay Memphis with me. She, as you can tell, she does a lot of stuff with us. She does princesses. She's a pirate. She has a pirate fight club. She actually fights with real swords and everything. They're amazing.
Oh, wow.
Angel is the queen of thrifting, and we absolutely adore her for this.
I love that. Oh my God.
We'll post them so people can see up close, zoom in on all these beautiful costumes that everybody is submitting. Some of them are people like, this is a moment I loved, or, but we've got, I get so excited about this part. I love the viewer submissions. This is my favorite part of the show. This is a group down this way, the 731 Ghostbusters. They are literally Ghostbusters. That's what they do. They come to the cons that I'm at. They're all so much fun.
Those are fantastic.
There's a picture of me, my friend Hunter, the Ice Cream Queens, and another cosplayer where we're doing we're doing awkward family photos, and their Stay Puffed is the one that we're all like looking as it's transposed. And we do dumb things. When cosplayers get bored with a photographer willing to do dumb stuff happens.
Oh, that's the best.
I think you might know this one kind of well, Julie. Mr. Mark King Beast. I adore the variety of costumes that Mark does.
Yeah.
And that he's found that through cosplay, except that he loves to wear the feminine characters, and it hasn't hurt his masculinity one bit. He has embraced all his sides, and it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
We love Mark and his wife Ashley. Oh my gosh, they are family to my husband and I. We just adore them.
I've been following King Beast, and I was so excited to find out that submission was in there. I was like, yes.
Yes, when he messaged us last year, and we had him on, and he has just become such a great friend of ours of the show. We love having Mark. He loves to mess with me about how my cat's name should have been Willie because of the Goonies instead of Odin.
Yes, I agree. Goonies never say die.
They never say die, but I had to keep the God theme going. This is another good friend of he's in Cosplay Memphis with me, Chris Jowers.
Yeah,
he is the Joker.
Oh my gosh, I love his Joker.
Jowers, he did our villains episode back last year in October. I was not on that one, sadly, but I know Jowers very well. He's such a great guy, and I love the reactions kids give to his Joker.
Yeah.
It's so pure and innocent to him playing such a messed up character.
Yes.
And he plays it appropriately around the children. He tones down the dark character.
Yeah.
But when he's at cons, it is on.
That was him in the little movie trailer, wasn't it? The book trailer?
Yes, that was he is the voiceover and does some of the stuff in the book trailer, because he also is a voice actor and does audiobook stuff, and he does everything. Jowers is amazing. If you don't follow Jowers, you should. He's a great guy.
Oh, wow.
And then Keldar. Kel is like kind of a little like Memphis cosplay celebrity, but she is one of the most down to earth, sweetest humans in the world. And she is in the 501st. She's in the 501st, the Rebel Legion. She does all the volunteer work. And she sent me these. She said these were specifically some of her favorite pictures from doing volunteer work.
Oh, wow.
She has every version of Leia and Padme. Like this woman is prolific. And once again, it's another one of those. It's another one of those, if you're not following them, you should be following them.
Definitely.
Kel is, and on top of it, I'm like, can't you at least be a little bit of a jerk? No, you're talented and super nice. Come on. Just a little, no.
Just a little bit. Aw.
This Wonderland duo, this is Garrett and Nikki with a few other friends of ours from Cosplay Memphis in the bottom photo. But Garrett specifically said he wanted us to share this one of Nikki with the little girl dressed as Tiana.
Yeah.
And Nikki is Tiana. When she puts that dress on, that little feisty little Southern attitude comes out. Nikki is Tiana. I
love it.
Don't care. I know Tiana's at Disney World and Disneyland. No, this is Tiana. I will die on that hill. I adore her. Like, they're very good friends of ours. They're in Cosplay Memphis with me, and they're some of the people that have gotten me through some bad stuff. So, can't live without them.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. I love how our cosplay groups become our family.
They in really a lot of ways. It's like a family reunion every convention when you go to that one con.
And Garrett said the Mad Hatter photo was his first ever charity event.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. Garrett is on the board of directors for Cosplay Memphis with me, and he is the Mad Hatter as well. Like, he is the most fun when he is the Mad Hatter. So we got a few more to go. This is Stephanie. She was she had a group of friends that were invited to one of the Avengers premieres. So she did her Dark Phoenix with them.
Nice.
I love seeing people. They're like, yeah, we got invited to do these things. It's so cool. Like, it's no big deal.
Love that dress.
Yes.
Wow.
It's great.
Gorgeous.
Another friend of ours, Honey Blossom Cosplay. She's done several volunteer events that Cosplay Memphis has been at, and then she's from out of town, but we run into each other at all the cons and become good friends. She has quite a list of cosplay. She's another one that can go to the thrift store and create a costume out of nothing.
Wow.
The amount of placemats I have seen this person use to make armor in pieces.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, the good old placemats are really, really good. They're sturdy.
Yeah. This is Captain America to me. Captain America Nashville, Tim Rucker. This man is Captain America. Like, there's just no way to get around it. He really, at any event, because he'll even drive down to Memphis from Nashville to do events with our volunteer group.
Wow.
It's just, he puts that on. He embodies everything that Captain America is supposed to be. And his wife is just as amazing. She cosplays with him sometimes. You can't ask for a better person. Like, Tim is one of those people that you're like, you can't help but love them.
Right.
And then last one, another good friend of yours. Loki of Summit City. I love the dog beat in the picture. He said this was from the Night to Shine.
Yes, it was.
I love that event. I leave that event so tired every year, but I adore doing the Night to Shine.
Yes, yeah, it takes me a day or two to recover, but it's
Thank God it's on a Friday and I can sleep in on Saturday.
Right.
It's exhausting. It's exhausting, but so worth it. Good Lord, it's so worth it.
Is.
And again, for anybody that didn't get to see all of these pictures up close, they will be shared on our social media. I'm still going through getting the ones from the last episode. Life been lifing, but we will have all of these up. Oh, Elliot said the dog's name was also Loki.
Oh, it was. I do remember that now.
That's Loki and Loki. That is so great.
Yeah.
So thank you again. all of the volunteers that submitted photos. We appreciate you. We love you so much for doing what you do. And now we're at the end of the hour already. This has been too much fun, and we probably could go for hours more, but
oh my gosh,
I don't know how much longer you want to keep that thing on your head.
Not much.
Right. Right.
But I am going to give you the full screen, Julie, and I'm going to ask you our last question that we always ask. What is your one piece of advice for someone wanting to get into cosplay, be it volunteer work or just regular cosplay?
My one piece of advice, I think my starting piece of advice would be the same advice that I give to people who ask me about writing. Cosplay what you love. Cosplay what you love. It'll come through. Even if you don't know how to sew, or you don't know how to work with you know, whatever different mediums, different things. Your love and your passion for the character will come through and will make your creation glow. Always. I've seen, you know, through conventions and other charity work, you know, I have people regularly come up, oh, it's not as good as, yours is just as good as. Yours is just as good as. Everybody started somewhere. And practice and keep at it. And don't be afraid to reach out to the cosplay community and ask for tips or help. Somebody's willing to help.
Thank you. That all is absolutely fantastic advice. And everybody has over here commented how great the show has been and that this hour just flew by, and it really did. We'll just have to have you back on. We'll have to have you come back sometime.
Absolutely.
We love having people come back because our viewers enjoy you guys. So it would be great to have you join us again. And then Kelly and Crayley will get to meet you. And and expand the family. The Cosplay Cafe family has expanded, and I am so happy for that. So, yes. Julie, where can everyone find you online?
I'm at EverNyte Cosplay on Facebook and Instagram. And then I am also behind Summit City Cosplayers, CAUSE players, both Facebook and Instagram.
Perfect. We'll make sure to link all of that. Aubrey, where can everyone find you?
Oh, right here on Miss Kindred Ivy on Instagram. That's mostly where I live. I am on Aubrey Kevin on Facebook also, but I mostly live on the Instagram.
All right. And I'm at Media Rice on Instagram, or any of the Cosplay Cafe stuff. If you follow our link tree, we never get it right. I think it's Cosplay Cafe Podcast on Linktree. It'll take you to me, to Kelly and Crayley, their Phoenix Sisters Entertainment, Crayley's Pokeballs, Kelly's books, where to find us. we're the three of us. I'm glad Aubrey has joined us because the three of us it was a lot, and I'm so glad to have a brain to help us.
Definitely.
And so, as we're wrapping up, I'm going to play our network's video, and we will see everybody later. Thank you, everybody.
It was a delight to meet you, Julie.
You too.
Thank you.
It's like Coca-Cola.